Le chorégraphe israélien Adi Boutrous présente au Théâtre des Abbesses Submission, un travail sensuel et captivant avec deux duos, un duo d'hommes et un duo de femmes. Rencontre avec Adi Boutrous. Le spectacle a pour titre Submission, soumission en français. On pourrait croire que dans les deux duos, l'un des interprètes cherche à dominer l'autre, mais c'est plutôt une rencontre fusionnelle, solidaire même. Alors pourquoi ce titre?
Submission for me is to accept the reality and to accept the feelings that the reality brings in within me, to understand and to accept that we are living with the other. The other can be not only Jewish and Arab, but it can be also black and white, also man and woman, majority, minority, it can be immigrants. So, and we need to live with the other and we need to accept it and we cannot change it. And in submission, I feel it's the way that we touch each other and the way that we, in the end, after all the process of each duet, we agree to fall to each other's arms, to submit to each other, to surrender, to accept.
Au cœur du spectacle, le rapport des corps qui se confrontent, se soutiennent, fusionnent. Un rapport complexe entre expression de pouvoir et tendre complicité. Alors Adi, on se touche beaucoup dans ce spectacle. Pourquoi?
So I can say that in my previous pieces, I used to experience or to voice my experience as a minority in Israel. And in this piece, I decided to put the politics aside and to go more through the body. The creation process was starting really and focused about the physical research with a lot of improvisation. And what I'm interested in is the way we touch each other, the way we meet. I'm really interested to have meeting on stage and to create or to try to create material that allows us to renew it every time on stage. The creation process was all based on improvisation. Like Avshalom did improvisation of 1 hour improvisation. I was having like notes and then we change, and this is how we slowly start to build a common language or a common physical state. Like in the last 2 years, I started to practice yoga, and I feel that in terms of identity, the yoga clean all the. Don't know if it's all, but I found out that from the release technique I used to have while I moved a lot of manière, and the yoga was cleaning out everything. And then now when we are improvising, so it's all about the meeting of the body. Slowly we start to improvise, and then I found out that there is something very in the material that is very conflictual. There is a lot of, I don't know if it's struggle, but there is a lot of tension, and we use a lot of manipulation, and we use a lot of power. It's a lot about power situation, I feel. But in the other side, we are also taking care of each other, and there is a lot of hug, but not because we need to hug, but because it's part of our system. It's something that is available to us.
Dans ce spectacle, Adi Boutrous retrouve le danseur israélien Avshalom Latoucha, avec qui il avait créé It's Always Here en 2016. Un duo qui interroge l'identité masculine en portant un regard sensible sur le corps. Il poursuit aujourd'hui ce questionnement en complétant le spectacle avec un duo de femmes. Les hommes fusionnent peu à peu dans une communion sensuelle. Les femmes sont d'abord plus violentes. Un paradoxe.
This piece, for me, the way I read it, is a lot about the way we think about masculinity, or the way we used to think that we should see performers using or expressing masculinity on stage. Because normally, if there is a sense of violence or power, it's normally the part or the role that the man does or occupies. And here I think in this piece we a little bit maybe wider these options, because we're also using power, but we are also maybe showing feelings to each other or taking care of each other. And I think it's the same with the woman, with the feminine duet, because it came 2 years later. If we talk about dance, we have of course the big symbol of the ballerine. And the ballerine in the classical ballet, she's all the time, she's quiet, she's thin, she's a bit fragile also. And although she does very hard things, to be on point shoes, it's not an easy thing to do. But she all the time quiet, we never hear her voice. So in submission, I wanted also to make it wider, to give the feminine also the ability to have this soft touch and the ability to give birth, but in the other way also to use power and to be strong, because each one of us have also the feminine and also the masculine energy. In regard the screaming, it's more to taking voice out, and this is something that I didn't direct in the studio. I didn't ask for, okay, you need to make voice here. But this is something that was interesting for me to see, that where they arrive to a certain intensity with the body, of a physical high point with their body, of exhaustion, so voice started to come out. And that's their way to deal with this intensity. So I found it actually interesting, because for me it's also referred to giving birth. Women, when they go to hospital and when they give birth, they scream.
La musique et le silence alternent au gré des émotions exprimées. Le silence, très présent, amplifie la tension, tandis que la musique donne une respiration. Un choix très étudié.
I think the music in this piece, it allows me or the audience, a bit of relief, because it's super intense and there is a lot of moment of quiet. So the music, it's like anchors of okay, you can be a little bit more relaxed when you are seeing the show, because it's very exhausting, it's very intense. In parallel to my work as a choreographer, I'm also a DJ and vinyl collector. And so I'm interested in music from the 70s. So there is a lot of like old music, this from 22, and the music, the Latin samba, which is from the early 80s. I'm specializing in Latin music from the 70s, and especially in cumbia, but also Turkish music and reggae, but my specialization is Latin.
On sent sur le plateau que les danseurs sont unis par une grande complicité, une amitié très forte, des liens qui permettent d'aller plus loin dans l'exploration des corps.
I can really say about submission that this creation, I was lucky really to have them, because this group are all very close. First there is Avshalom, that we worked already 3 years together. I really enjoyed to do it with him. We are different, but I think we are also very similar in the attitude maybe. This is why also we feel very open to each other, and we have this intensity and this kind of relation that allows us to be in many places. And then there is Anat Vaadia, which was the dramaturg of the men duet, and there is Stav, that we are a couple also in life. And Mai Zarchi, the dramaturg, we know already a few years, and Ofer Laufer, the light designer, which we are also a close friend and also colleagues for a few years. So it's really a good bond of people. And now I'm thinking about the new creation, which I don't know yet, but I have something in mind, but we'll see.
Diante dela, imaginem uma pobre favela.